Today we're going to check out a video by Sunny V2. And I'm really looking forward to this because YouTube apology videos are pretty notorious on YouTube anymore. I can imagine what would be my apology video would be. I would probably have to say sorry.
It was me with your daddy on Father's Day.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Anyway, let's get right into this. Of course, I'll leave the link for Sunny V2 down below so you can check out his channel, look at his archive of videos, and let's get right into it. Here we go.
We're going to rank YouTube's 10 worst apology videos from bad to downright terrible. So let's begin by looking at RiceGum, whose trash apology went by the name of "This Dude Calls Me Out for Mystery Unboxing."
You remember RiceGum? I remember RiceGum. I remember RiceGum. I never cared for him. He was always so annoying, and he was during that same time period a lot of people were trying to scam their audience for like Minecraft players.
RiceGum's apology referred to a different video from 3 days prior, titled "How I Got AirPods for $4, in which he'd promote a mystery box gambling site, while making it sound as though the website was an easy way to make money. Because RiceGum had a young audience, he'd be called out by H3H3 Productions and PewDiePie for promoting gambling to children, with RiceGum's response coming in the days following these call-out videos. His apology began on terrible footing, as instead of admitting
Looks like Logan Paul's in that same category too. You see both of them? See, not Logan Paul, that's Jake Paul. Right? Those damn Paul brothers. Jake Paul. There's a good example of Jake Paul too. Jesus Christ. The heyday of the Paul brothers, Jesus. And their father's just as worse. He's a piece of work.
Good job! Last but certainly not least, contestant number 3, step on up. Good job! Okay, that concludes our contest today of who's the best.
Any kind of wrongdoing. He'd state that he was justified in doing the video as they paid him more than $100,000 before going on to state that he wasn't the first YouTuber to promote the website. RiceGum then concluded the video by giving out multiple Amazon gift card codes.
There's nothing I can really do but say sorry and give you these Amazon gift cards, so I'm sorry.
Only each code had already expired by the time the video went live. Beginning your apology by bragging about money before going on to offer your audience some
Are you
redacted
serious with that? You can't take accountability. So you have the audacity to put first of all, if I can see if you're 11-year-old kid, 10, 11-year-old kid. I remember when I was a 10, 11-year-old kid, I would probably believe this. I'll be like, try to write those down and pause it, try to write them down, thinking that, you can get something like an Amazon gift card to buy something for a skin for a video game or something like that. Okay, just say, hypothetically, those were active cards that he put up. You have hundreds and thousands of followers. A half a dozen Amazon cards is going to exonerate you? Is that the word I want to throw out? Like, it makes no sense. Look at his stupid face. Look at his stupid, pompous face. It just pisses me off. That's insulting.
Old expired gift cards definitely makes for a pretty poor apology. However, the video was short and sweet. It felt as though it was consistent with RiceGum's personality, and the argument about other YouTubers promoting the site before him was actually a pretty reasonable point. RiceGum was also smart enough to keep his cool throughout the whole video, which Shane Dawson wasn't able to do, whose incredibly volatile state led to YouTube's 9th worst apology video. Taking accountability began with Shane stating that emotionally chucking on a webcam and apologizing was stupid and childish.
I've reacted to Shane Dawson in my early days of YouTube, when I first started my channel. I really liked Shane Dawson. I thought he was kind of like relatable. And then I started seeing, like, after a while, I'm like, there was a lot of annoying things about him. And when they started deep dive into his past about some of these jokes, doing blackface. When has that ever been okay, Shane? Doing blackface. When has that ever been okay? I don't get it.
That's not something that a 31-year-old man does. That's not good.
Although this is exactly what he'd do over the following 20 minutes. Shane was apologizing for the jokes he'd made during his 10-year YouTube career, and although he'd state that he was simply laying out his feelings, the whole video used manipulative language and felt as though it was coming from a point of total desperation.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry to anybody that saw that. It's something that I shouldn't even be able to get out of. I should lose everything for that.
Shane used all the classic buzz phrases such as "I will educate myself" and "I will do better" and "I don't know who that person is anymore," and therefore the whole video just feels like a pathetic template to get hate off his back, as opposed to a personalized video with his own terminology to apply to his specific situation. The hypocrisy continued into the end of the video when Shane stated that being defensive was a poor way to make changes.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, no shit.
And that's not a good way to live, and it's not a good way to grow.
Yet he seemed completely unaware that his entire video was defensive in response to the drama that he had found himself in. However, at least Shane didn't insinuate that his audience was stupid, as when the Fine Brothers uploaded their awful apology.
Hold on. My headphones and my cords are all messed up here.
I slept in the cab of a truck overnight.
Oh my God, who hasn't, David?
Oh my God. Okay, sorry.
Accidentally insult the entirety of YouTube. The Fine Brothers had pioneered the reaction genre on YouTube with their Kids React series, and would post a video in early 2016 simply titled React World, in which it sounded like the Fine Brothers were trying to copyright any kind of YouTube reaction video. As a result of their poorly crafted concept, they'd receive hate from every corner of the internet, prompting what we're now calling the 8th worst apology in YouTube history. The apology began with the Fine Brothers admitting that their video was worded poorly, and that they never plan on trying to copyright YouTube's reaction genre.
First and foremost, we're sorry for confusing people by using terminology like our React format. We were never trying to say that every video where someone reacts to something else is something we would try to control.
However, despite stating this, the two would then go on to explain that they had taken down other reaction content in the past, while continuing to imply that the audience was stupid for being unable to comprehend the concept laid out in their initial React World video.
Just because we have or might get trademarks doesn't mean we're going to run around and start taking down videos.
We're sorry that you're too stupid to understand how this works, is basically the sum of this apology in one sentence. So yeah, classic arrogant non-apology. At the end of the day, the Fine Brothers got off lightly, as their initial mistake wasn't all that big of a deal. However, the same couldn't be said for Travis Scott, who posted—
Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute, Travis Scott is not a YouTuber, so how is he on this list? First of all, second. With all the reaction channels there are, and I do reaction, Fine Brothers, you better start hiding because we will come and get you. Like, what are you talking about? Copyright people who just do reactions because you want to take that name? You can go
Redacted.
Yourself and your mama.
the 7th worst apology after 10 people died at his Astro World concert. It happened in November 2021, and despite everybody in the crowd chanting to stop the show, Travis Scott continued, which ultimately resulted in the 10 fatalities alongside 500 other injuries. As the news of the tragedy began to go viral, Travis was planning his apology and would take to Instagram with somewhat of an unconventional approach. He was seemingly trying to avoid having his face clickbaited by the media, and therefore recorded a short video in black and white under bad lighting from a bad angle, with his eyes closed and his hand covering his face for the majority of the video. This was certainly a 200 IQ play, however it also made for an extremely terrible, unpleasant viewing experience and resulted in comments such as, Travis Scott is clearly much more focused on his headache than his apology, as well as he gave his forehead more respect than the people who died of a horrible, painful death as a direct consequence of his inaction. The words he used in the video weren't much better either, because as highlighted by this comment, his apology is basically, damn, that's crazy.
I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night. I mean, I'm honestly just devastated. I could never imagine anything like this just happening.
The funniest part is that in his apology, Travis is talking like he wasn't there. It's like the dude just woke up and was like, oh man, people died at Travis Scott's concert. The apology was certainly bizarre. However, it wasn't nearly as strange as the 6th.
But I still don't understand. He's not a YouTuber. I thought this is all YouTube apologies. I guess it didn't say that in the title. 10 awful attempts at saying sorry. Okay. I assume this is all like YouTuber type of stuff. So it's not, because Travis Scott is not a YouTuber, but that is a shitty apology. I did have to say that.
Next worst apology by Simply Kenna, who became YouTube's first creator to apologize in the form of a poem. The apology came in response to being called out for plagiarism, and seemingly as an overcompensation for trying to be original, Simply Kenna wrote a 3.5-minute poem using nothing but incredibly deep metaphor.
Am I a human? Am I a monster? Or am I something in between?
Now, to Kenna's credit, the poem was pretty
Just
well
say I'm
written.
sorry.
However, using it to apologize felt like an unbelievably strange move. The whole point of an apology is to be sincere. To write a poem, rehearse it. Those fake facial expressions and background music, babe, that's not sincere. An apology in poetry is me in my rawest form, even though I'm not raw at all, because I rehearse this instead of just talking to you guys naturally. That poem is so corny. Still trying to be aesthetic in an apology video. The video was so bad that Kenna then posted another apology video to say sorry for the first one, and as summarized by this comment, if you have to make an apology video for an apology video, it might be time to take a break from YouTube. However, at least Simply Kenna had the chance to take a break voluntarily, as when
That's why you have to apologize for the apology. What? What? Come on. What? Nitwits, goobers,
when T. Martin posted his awful apology, the audience stopped watching completely. In the lead up to what we're calling the 5th worst apology in YouTube history, T. Martin promoted a website called CSGO Lotto, claiming that he found the site at random and was able to use it to win expensive CSGO items. Although it wouldn't be long before T. Martin was exposed as being one of the owners of the website, prompting the now infamous I'm Sorry video. The apology began on fake manipulative footing as T. Martin sat there talking to his dog about how difficult the video was going to be.
Cooper, I have no idea how I'm gonna record this video, dude.
However, it's hard to
You see how the dog is hiding his face? He's like, don't put me in this. You see that dog? He's like, don't put me in this. Don't put me in your goddamn apology video, you piece of shit. I remember you. You still get pushed on my algorithm. I don't understand why. I watch Queso. I watch Wooly Plays, King Wooly Plays. Like, I watch like gaming, like PC gaming vids because I don't play on PC. So, but his goddamn videos get pushed into me too. I remember his little and his stupid little face. This is the same dude. This is you. This is the same. YouTube, stop pushing his goddamn playthrough videos. They're not that fucking great. I have to look at his pretentious face. Ugh.
tell exactly how the video was supposed to be difficult, as T. Martin would do nothing besides sit there and spend 2 minutes telling the audience how dumb they were.
My connection to CSGO Lotto has been a matter of public record since the company was first organized in December of 2015. This is and always has been a clearly stated policy.
He barely even apologized. He's putting the blame on the people for not understanding. WTF. He basically called his fans stupid. I love how he didn't even apologize and basically just said it's our fault. It didn't help that T. Martin decided to film the apology in the entryway to his mansion with his expensive truck sitting just outside the window, but at least he was smart enough to flaunt his wealth subtly, as the Liver King's terrible apology began with him about how much money he had. Prior to the Liver King confession, he'd consistently reiterated that his physique was natural, although when More Plates More Dates uploaded a video showing that this wasn't true, the Liver King felt the pressure to apologize. The Liver King would begin his apology by bragging about being rich.
Before social media, I was rich and anonymous, and after...
You gonna pop off on an apology with like, I'm rich and... Can you at least put on a shirt, sir, for an apology video? So that's his stick. He just has his shirt off all the time. Must be, you know, he has a nice body. He has a great physique. He's worked hard on it. There's a time and place for it, sir. And then bragging how rich you are and anonymous before YouTube. Boy. Real relatable, sir. Look like a brother from Duck Dynasty.
Social media, I'm still rich, but no longer anonymous.
Before going on to try and convince the audience that he never planned on becoming famous.
And I never expected this kind of exposure. in the public eye.
Despite having grown the brand using his face, name, and image as the most recognizable feature. The Liver King then goes on to claim that his persona was nothing more than an experiment to help struggling teenagers.
Liver King, the public figure, was an experiment to spread the message. Our people are hurting at record rates with depression, autoimmune, anxiety, infertility, low ambition in life. Our young men are hurting the most, feeling lost, weak, and submissive.
Which felt like a cliche cop-out to shift the blame from what he was being accused of. The beginning of the apology was bad, the magnitude of the initial lie was bad, and the need for the apology was almost non-existent in the first place. However, because the Liver King was able to finish the video with a couple of reasonable points, he's avoided being any higher on this list. Besides, it's almost impossible to have an apology worse than the one posted by Social Repose. The video had been uploaded after his ex-girlfriend publicly accused him of cheating, so naturally Social Repose wanted to share his side of the story, doing so in a video titled "Re, I'm an Idiot." The apology began with the most unemotional attempt at saying sorry.
I understand what I did. I understand that it's pretty wrong, heinous, and like I said, I messed up. I do deeply regret it.
Before he'd go on to explain that he had cheated in his previous relationship.
I did cheat on her, just like I did my ex-girlfriend.
And it was therefore the girlfriend's fault for not...
Is he that goth guy? Is he this goth? Wasn't he this goth guy with the Indian headdress? Isn't that same guy? He was always goth and he sang. Isn't this him? Now, because I'm trying to why I didn't recognize him, but I was like, Social Repose. The Social Repose sounds familiar. I've heard Social Repose. I didn't know that was actually I thought it was actually just the name of a channel, not the name of someone's persona. But is this that same guy with the headdress and the goth?
Knowing that he was going to cheat again.
And she kind of took me on with the thought that she could fix me, and that everyone did warn her, and I couldn't stay faithful, and here we are.
Throughout the video, Social Repose seems so proud of how broken he is as a person.
Clearly, I have a lot of deep-seated issues. I have a lot of problems.
Which was justified in his own head, as he apparently had this incredible YouTube channel.
I'm so deeply entrenched in Social Repose just as an entity that it comes first. It comes before all my love and relationships and even family to an extent. This is my life. I've chosen it.
However, at least Social Repose made some attempt at saying sorry, as Sienna May's apology was so bad that people began to question if she was even saying sorry at all. Sienna May was one of TikTok's fastest growing creators until another TikToker accused her of assault, after which she'd take a break from the internet and return with what we're calling the second worst apology in YouTube history. It began with the explanation that taking a month off social media was the most difficult month of Sienna's life, before she'd go on to state that her purpose in life was to post TikTok dances and untouched photos of herself. Throughout the video, Sienna implied that her youth excused her from any wrongdoing, although the worst part was that she never even apologized and rather spent more than half of the video playing what she called a relatable Sam Smith song while doing a choreographed dance with the goal of inspiring her audience. The stupidity of the apology is best summarized by this comment reading, "The fact that she and her team watched this and said, yeah, this is a good idea is hilarious to me. All of them together make one brain cell." Although Sienna's one brain cell was still significant.
Hold on. Oh, we're going to do hers? I guess this is before the Colleen Ballinger thing, huh? Because that's what he said. Okay, hold on. Every time, I'm starting to get allergies again. Every time. That's that chick who did the dance apology. Everyone roasted this girl. No shit. It's like a Sierra music video with her in her fucking dancing in her underwear like a jackalope. Oh my god, Jesus.
More than the amount that Laura Lee had when she posted almost objectively the worst apology in YouTube history. Laura Lee posted the apology in response to...
I remember when this video dropped, you guys. I remember when this video dropped. I saw it immediately. I was like, girl, where's them tears at? You could even get some Visine to put in your eyes right before you hit play, girl. Come on now.
Some old tweets, although she would have been significantly better off remaining silent, as there was nothing within this video that wasn't a complete travesty. She'd spend the first 30 seconds talking about nothing besides how difficult the video was going to be.
In this video, it's been so hard. It was positive. Hard. It's probably the hardest things I've ever done.
Before going on to completely lose it on camera, while implementing all the classic phrases such as "I'm so sorry to disappoint you all, and I know that I'm better than that." Laura,
the only drop of it wasn't tears, it came from
Redacted.
those, dude. That's the only wetness we came is not from her eyes. It was from her fucking nose. That was so fucking disgusting.
Lee cried and apologized, then cried and apologized some more. Although in the process, the audience noticed that there were no tears coming out of her eyes. Is this an audition? I see no tears. Literally no tears coming from her eyes, yet she keeps wiping away. I think she forgot to buy the eye drops. After everybody came to realize that Laura Lee wasn't even crying, she'd take a month off YouTube to reflect, after which she'd return with an apology video for her initial apology, where she'd conclude the drama with more NPC YouTube apology dialogue.
I have changed so much as a human being. I have grown so much through the situation.
I grown so much in a month. I learned so much in 30 days, you guys. I learned how to. No, I know how to make world peace now in 30 days. I'm back. Let me know what you thought about these. Is there one particular you guys remember, or is there one that you never even seen before? But let me know about Social. I think that's the same one that always had the goth headdress and all that, because there's a few goth creators, but he's been around forever. That guy, and he sang. I think that's the same one. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I did. And take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Love, peace, and grace, and